The mother of a young girl who was shot and paralyzed in a road rage shooting is accusing the courts of being too lenient with the suspects. Thanks for joining us here at 5. I'm Connie Leonard.
And I'm Doug Proffitt. Good to be here with you on this Tuesday. Onyx Sands was paralyzed in what police call a road rage shooting. In 2023, she was right in the backseat of her father's car on I-65 heading northbound when he allegedly started fighting with a group of people on motorcycles. According to police, about 15 shots were fired over an 8-mile stretch right along I-65.
Police found one man, Edward Sark, fired shots into the back of the car, hitting Onyx Sands and paralyzing her. WHAS11's Alexandra Goldberg and chief photojournalist Philip Merle have the update on how this is playing out in court.
It is very frustrating because this entire time they have shown these people nothing but leniency.
China Sands is on the phone, the mother of this young girl, Onyx Sands, who was shot and paralyzed in a road rage incident in 2023.
She's hurt. She doesn't understand why the people who did this to her are not in trouble. She doesn't understand why she has to keep seeing them on the news and why, they're not in jail getting a lot of time.
Susan Gibson, a judge in the Jefferson County Circuit Court, has lowered suspect Edward Sark's bond from $100,000 to $40,000. Sark was charged with attempted murder for allegedly hitting Sands with a bullet on I-65 in 2023. Bart McMahon is the attorney representing Sark. He says the bond reduction comes after another suspect, Jonathan Rivera, entered in a plea deal. Rivera will testify against Sark in the third suspect, Shelby Bisconner, causing the trial to delay until April 2026.
The court had an obligation to entertain a bond motion, and so because of that, the bond was reduced to what it was originally in district court, $40,000. And then if he posts it, then he would be placed on HIP.
Police believe about 15 shots were fired over an 8-mile stretch by a group of motorcyclists weaving through traffic.
What would your message to the judge be?
What if it was your daughter?
In Louisville, Alexandra Goldberg, WHAS11 on your side.
Shelby Bisconner is charged with 5 counts of wanton endangerment. Jonathan Rivera is charged with possession of a handgun by a convicted felon and 3 counts of wanton endangerment. His sentencing is set for October 14th.
We did reach out to Judge Susan Gibson for a comment. She says judicial rules prohibit judges from commenting on their orders.
Another top story we are following for you here today at 5 o'clock. We now know the name of the 12-year-old killed in that early morning crash that happened on Labor Day morning. Happened right at the Gene Snyder Freeway at around 2:30 in the morning at I-65. Family members tell WHAS11 News that Jada Simpson was in the car with her mother at the time. Her mother and infant sibling were all ejected from their Jeep. According to Metro Police, her mother, Jasmine Simpson, was driving on the Gene Snyder when Ronaldo James Gill allegedly hit them right from behind their Jeep, flipping and crashing in the median. 12-year-old Jada died on the scene. Now, Gill is charged with her murder and driving while drunk. Today, a judge doubled his bond. It was originally set at $250,000.
I am going to increase the bond to $500,000 full cash to HIP, not as a punitive measure, Mr. Gill, because I find you to be a danger to everyone in this community.
Simpson and her infant suffered life-threatening injuries and remain in the hospital. She is charged with wanton endangerment as well because her children were not properly strapped in their car seats.
The UK student accused of hiding her infant's body was in court today. Laken Snelling pleaded not guilty today in front of a judge. Fayette County Police arrested Snelling Sunday after getting a call of an unresponsive infant. The baby was found dead in a closet. In an interview with detectives, she did admit to giving birth and concealing the birth by clearing the evidence. Today, she was placed under a $100,000 surety bond, which means she doesn't have to pay as long as she stays with her parents for the duration of the trial. The Fayette County Coroner's Office is determining the infant's cause of death.
And early warning for drivers heading to and from New Albany, Indiana. Happening today, daily lane closures are starting on I-64. Kentucky Transportation says a single lane of I-64 East will close from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. and that's going to be the case through this Friday. KYTC says engineers will be inspecting the bridge approaches around the Sherman-Minton Bridge, which connects Louisville to New Albany. Be aware of the signage, use caution, and of course, expect delays. Well, the first phase of a major interstate project in Louisville begins tomorrow. Right here on your map, we're talking tomorrow, Wednesday, South Brook Street and Kentucky Street, as well as Hill Street and Burnett Avenue, will close until the spring of 2027 as Kentucky transportation crews work to repair a series of overpasses right along I-65 in the downtown area down to the U of L campus. The construction could have some big impacts for drivers and businesses, especially in Old Louisville. And for a better or closer look at the map of the construction, road closures, and the detour routes, just go to our website, WHAS11.com. Well, Connie, coming into work downtown this afternoon, I had about 10 raindrops on my windshield.
Oh,
that was about it. It was brief and quick. Got enough of the dust off. That was it.
Yeah, not a whole lot of rain, but we might have a chance for some more, Mallory.
Yes, so we're still tracking some storms on the radar this evening. If you don't see any rain today, we do have several other chances through the 7-day forecast. And as we've been talking about, it's getting to that time where we could use some of this rain. We do have some isolated downpours from Oldham County down to Spencer County, but very hit or miss there. Louisville dry for now. A lot of the rain today has been along and south of the parkways. Now they're trying to send off some outflow boundaries northwards, so we'll see if any kind of additional storms form from those. Otherwise, just expect some pockets of heavy rainfall as these storms continue to track from northwest down to southeast this evening. Big picture view showing you where the storm fuel is. You can tell that's more so our Kentucky counties rather than our Indiana counties. That's why southern Indiana has stayed primarily dry today. A lot of that moisture staying south of the Ohio. And with that moisture and with showers and storms along and south of the parkways moving along the same areas, we'll have some ponding. Hopefully no flooding concerns because it's been a while since we've had some rain. But we'll continue to track this storm chance through about sunset. Radar should become a lot quieter, of course, once we head into tonight. But some patchy fog may form by the morning hours, especially for those areas that did pick up rainfall from today. As I mentioned, if you didn't catch any rain today, don't you worry. We do have two fronts that will be moving through the region this week. One arrives Wednesday night into Thursday morning. The second one arrives Friday night. That's going to bring more rain chances to our area. We'll be timing that out coming up in our 7-day forecast.
Thanks, Mallory.
I see that this is a movement that we are reclaiming attention, rediscovering joy, and reconnecting with one another.
Well, students are putting the phones down and are picking the books up. One JCPS high school says its students have checked out more than 1,200 books since August. That's 3 times more than this time last year. The district credits a bipartisan state law that bans cell phones during the school day. WHAS 11's Conrad DeLuche takes us to one of the busiest spots on campus.
The library's been so busy so far this school year that teachers say they have to keep restocking the shelves. A task that librarian Erin Reed is happy to undertake.
It's a small price to pay for the level of checkouts we're seeing.
Your last name?
And when you look around the library at Pleasure Ridge Park High School, instead of cradling cell phones and gazing at screens, students are looking up or reading a book.
It's been a blessing.
On the first day of school, PRP's principal says students were issued a Yonder pouch, and around 8:45 every morning, the phones go in the pouch and the day is cell phone free.
Kids have put down the phones and kids are starting to actually talk to each other.
At first, I was real dramatic about the policy.
However, Peyton, a senior, now says he's not missed the device.
It's been big on my social life. It's helped me grow as a person and talk to more people.
He's also rediscovered a passion for reading, a trend that's catching on.
I'm on my 6th book now.
I've gotten through a couple. I've gotten through about 5. I have 4 more I got to finish.
We're turning from phones to pages. We've limited screening to just being a social, and I'm excited about that.
And excited to see more pages turn. In Louisville, Conrad DeLuche, WHAS 11 on your side.